Hey, good morning, everyone. Emil here. Today is 20th of January, and I'm going to start right off the bat with a few names I'm having on radar this morning. So first and foremost, I'm going to go over a few small caps that I'm interested in having a trade at some stage. So the first one, it's IVF. So far, this one behaves like the ones that we had last week. So a big after hour push followed by a pre-market blow off, and now it's sort of looking like the backside. I'm not really eager to be the first one on this name, but I still like the fact that it's looking weak. Now what I'm interested is would really like to see a fade into the open and then some pops back against this area where the VWAP is now, so 350, 360, but leaving room even towards 4 plus area. Ideally it's going to give those pops after the open. We shall see if those are going to take place early in the morning or after 10 a.m. But pretty much looking for any push that is going to have a follow-up into that morning. So that's the first one. TWG, same thing here, giving some back. Ideally is going to give some pops against 9. Not in a hurry to be the first in. The range is there. So most likely one of these names are going to be nasty at some stage. So would really like to see some pops first in order to have a decent risk reward when I'm shorting them. BTC, another name I'm watching. So far broke under this level, so any push towards 4 I'm going to be interested. I'm going to risk slightly pre-market highs or even a little bit above that area, but ideally is going to give those pops. So not zero interest for me to short any of these names into the weakness. It's either going to give those pops or pretty much that's that. Then also looking at other bigger names like SoFi. I even posted this chart on my in my watch list that I posted on X. So to me, this one it's pretty much looking like it broke under this level. It's losing like it's looking like it's losing some steam. So nothing to be done here. But if it's going to give some pops against 26 area, maybe mid-morning after 10 a.m., that would be something that I'm interested to getting involved in a short. Shop, same thing, more or less. Again, you see this pretty much similar setup where it's broken under these levels. Now, since we have this situation where the market is gapping down, I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit of selling pressure, at least today or maybe in the next few days. I'm not trying to explain myself how the market's going to be in 1 week from now on, but if follow this, we are going to follow this pattern. Most likely there are going to be a little bit of volatility and then things getting better. But anyway, any push against 150, 154-ish, more or less, this morning. So if there are going to be some sort of comeback and then again losing some momentum and then resuming to more unwind, I would really like to be there for a short. Also looking at BE, it's retesting previous highs now that we have this gap down. I'm looking for any fail follow through. So any stuff of this area, 145, or even if it's going to push slightly higher, 148, and then it's going to show some weakness after 10 a.m., most likely I'm going to give a shot risking those highs. But also keeping an eye on LEU, that so far it's not that affected by the overall market, and if we'll manage to have an inside day or it's going sideways, I'm going to keep it on radar for a long trade. Same goes to UAM why. Same thing here, not a big of a gap, and this one is still going sideways. So these are interesting charts to keep them on radar, and then see if MP, same thing, some sort of build up. If it's going to push through 70, definitely going to be there for long. So yeah, that's pretty much for what I have, guys, and I'm going to.
Good morning, guys. Just a couple of watches for me. Short watch list. The first name is going to be VLO. I'm liking the way that energy is acting here. Exxon has been great. I'm going to watch for a break of Friday's high day. And really, just if we start trending off of open, if we go red to green, could be something that I'm interested in. I want to see kind of what gets a bid out of the gate on this sell off and what doesn't. With that, another in the space is going to be HAL, Halliburton, another energy name with XOM, and I do like the look. Emil just mentioned it. UAMY. This name ran last time with the CRML explosion when China was restricting imports on the left, and CRML happens to be running again. And these critical rare earth minerals um, have a lot of momentum behind them. The companies that produce them in any way or are affiliated with them in any way, and we've just been tightening up here for the last couple of days. And right off the bat, I mean, we already reclaimed made lows this morning, and now we are more than green on the day, and it's just kind of trending up. So that's something that I like to see. I'll look for more highs here and a potential trend throughout the day. But just a short watch list. I want to see what bounces and what doesn't off of the open. I'm going to be looking at some of the tech names like NVIDIA and AMD and PLTR and gauge some sentiment there. But you have my watch list, and I will catch you in the room. Thanks.
All right. Good morning, guys. This is Stan with Investors Underground, and we have Tuesday, January 20th. Just a couple of things on watch for this week. We'll start off with, obviously it's a shorter week, just a full 4-day week this week, so keep that in mind. The first name that I have on watch is TWG. Emil went over it as well briefly. This one though, not really too excited about it. What I'm looking for is something into the double digits. Ideally, maybe if we open up and push towards 10, 11, clear out pre-market highs, that would be ideal. If we take a look on a daily chart, you can kind of look at left here. You see some information. There's some volume, some range, but it doesn't really tell us much because we're already, 30 million in pre-market traded, and range is pretty decent. So for me, ideally, like I said, higher the better. Something 10, 1050 clear out pre-market highs, that would be ideal. And then look for any failed follow through momentum. Again, looking at the historical behavior of this ticker, you can definitely see decent day one, but then nothing really happens thereafter. The next one that I have on watch is VERO. This was a runner from Friday, I believe. Yep, pretty decent move there. I had some trades on this on Friday, but just was not really able to get a good position in. And Vero, VERO. If you look at the daily chart, I mean, this is a typical behavior of it. After a strong day one, and then the following day is pretty much nowhere to be found. You can kind of see the behavior of the sticker and how it's reflected in the daily chart. So today it's more of the same. For me, higher the better. Ideally, something versus 7 versus 8 would be perfect, but that might be wishful thinking. So any sort of swipes that get met with supply, and then some failed follow through, I will be interested in joining that momentum. Again, just keep in mind the general modus of operandi for Vero. The next one that I have on watch is SNDK, and SNDK, really nice mover there. We finally broke over 400. We had this small consolidation here versus 380, 390s, and then we popped over 400, and here we are, giving some of it back. So for me, I'm more so looking into a higher time frame. So if I do trade the SNDK, it's going to be, say, I'm a 15 or 30 minute, and really only focusing on higher time frame levels. So any sort of quick move versus 420s, 425s, and fails to follow through, I want to be there on the offer just in case. And then the next one, the last one that I have on watch actually is AVGO. And AVGO, I've been monitoring this over the last several weeks. Essentially, just this name has been stuck in this $30 channel here, or $20 channel, 330s to 350s, give or take a few dollars. But for me, what I'm really hoping for is some sort of a failure versus this 320, 330s, and then you can kind of see how important that level is on a daily time frame. So AVGO will just remain on watch in the event we have some fail to follow through today. But again, higher the better, and look for some opportunities. And that's pretty much it for me today, guys. I will pass this over back to Emil, and I'll see you in the room.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, everyone, for attending. And